Welcome to another episode of the Lekker podcast. My name is Yaleen and I'm coming to you from South Africa, more specifically the Free State province. I hope you will enjoy this episode. If you're a new viewer, I hope you have a wonderful time with me. And if you're watching this again and you know me by now and you probably subscribed, it's lovely to have you back. I would love for you to give the video a thumbs up and then also consider subscribing and leave a comment. That will be wonderful. All right, so hopefully today is going to be a short one. I think it will be shorter than my usual length podcasts. My husband called it feature films. I don't think this will be a feature film. So let me quickly talk about news, and then I'm going to talk about my finished objects, current whips. I will announce the winner, and that is that. All right. So news. As you can see, I've cut my hair. And honestly, I am loving it. I really had a tough time recently with my longer hair. It's so hot. We are currently having summer here in Bloemfontein, and where I work, our air conditioners are not working. So me having longer hair was getting to me and I just couldn't bear it anymore. So I decided to cut my hair again, and you would not know me with this haircut. But when we actually moved from Cape Town, we used to stay in Cape Town in the northern suburbs. When we moved to Bloemfontein, this was my haircut for such a long time. So I absolutely loved this hairstyle. And when I was getting so hot, I thought, yes, I'm going to go back to this hairstyle, which really made me extremely happy. I loved this haircut. So let me know what you think. Do you like it? Or don't you like it? Doesn't matter. The most important thing is that I am loving it. And then let me get it out of the way. I spoke in the last podcast about changes that is happening in our household, and that it's going to be quite busy in our household. And so I thought, let me explain that, because I don't want to stress some of you. I think there's people that reached out and was worried about me. But let me tell you. So with a haircut, also comes a new house. We are moving house. And honestly, we are so grateful for this new adventure that we are embarking on. We are still staying in Bloemfontein. We've been staying in this house that we're currently staying in since we moved from Cape Town. So that is now 6-7 years. And it was time for us to move to a little bit of a bigger house. When my parents passed away, I obviously inherited some amazing, beautiful, old wooden furniture, and our house are really cramped. It's everything is fitted in this house, and just to make space for some of the beautiful furniture, and we needed to actually go into a better space, also to accommodate our in-laws when they come to visit us, so that they have their own room. And we got this amazing place, which we are so grateful for. So as I'm speaking to you now, I'm looking around. We have boxes all over the place. We don't know exactly the date when we are moving, but we'll be moving before the end of March. I am filming this on Saturday the 18th of February. I think it's the 18th. Yes, it is. So yeah, this will be the last podcast that I will film in this house. I need to pack up this cabinet as well. Because hopefully in about 3 weeks time, we'll be able to move into that new house. And yeah, so up until I'm ready and packed out in my new space, I'm not going to film a podcast. So I'm going to take a little bit of a siesta. But I'm so excited. I'm so excited. All right, so that is all the life things going on currently. So yeah, wonderful things for our family. We are so excited. We are packing boxes with it's a lot of work, but we're doing that with a smile on our faces. And so we're currently jumping over boxes, moving past boxes. It's not easy to live like this, but it's going to be all worth it. All right, so let's talk about finished objects. So obviously, with all I've been telling you, it has really not been easy to knit or to crochet or even spin yarn or fiber. I haven't spun yarn at all. I have touched a little bit on my projects. I have new projects that I'll show you, but it's easy and nice projects, and it's just to keep me sane. I don't get time to sit and knit or crochet every day. It's really impossible. So, but that's life. Sometimes we go through, times where either we just don't have the mood to crochet or to knit or to make things. I was having this conversation with one of the viewers where we talked about that, where it's just not, you don't feel like knitting. For me, I'm just extremely busy now with all the packing, so it's really busy. Totally impossible. I think I've knitted this morning or last night, and prior to that, only the last weekend. So that's life. All right, so I only have one finished object to show you. It is socks. So this is the socks that I showed you the last time. I was busy with it the last time. It's just, the pattern is from the Crazy Sock Lady. It's the vanilla sock pattern on 9-inch circulars. And it is a top-down pattern. Love it, absolutely love it. And I love the pooling of the yarn and the color. I bought this at the Stoepmark, which Naughty Habit holds, have every end of the month with Colors of Amalfi in Pretoria. So I bought it there when I was visiting in Pretoria for work. And so this is almost like a Christmas colorway, but it's just gorgeous. I love it. So the color I have here is from Naughty Habit. It is their Kaizo base, which is a fingering 3-ply superwash, 75% merino and then 25% nylon. Yes, and there is 366 meters for 100 gram, and then the small mini skein, which is this beautiful green, which I love, was a 25 gram, which has 91 meters on there as well. So yes, so proud of the socks. I am knitting 2 little socks at this time. I need to up my game, but I'll do that when we have moved. All right, then my first project. I have 4 projects. 2 is knitting projects, 1 is a crochet project, and 1 is my spinning project. I'm not going to show you my spinning project because I haven't spun, I think, since the last time we spoke. So it is what it is. So my first project is in Murakuzi's bag, project bag. I absolutely love this bag. I love it. South African maker. I can definitely recommend. And I am busy with my first Shetland lace project. In fact, actually my first lace project at all. So I am partaking in the knit along that FIBERCHATS, Irina from FIBERCHATS are hosting currently. It's a year-long project or knit along. You can hop on anytime, start your project anytime. There's 2 patterns. I am knitting the easier one. So grateful I'm doing that. And the pattern's name is Minogami by A Passion for Lace. And I'm going to show you the project just now. Let's just quickly do all the admin. The admin. Where is the the yarn label. So this is Esther Yarn Creations, a South African indie dyer. It is the Chantilly base from them. It's 100% superwash wool. It's a 1-ply lace weight, and for 100 grams there's 700 meters for 100 grams, and it is going slow. Out of all the projects I am knitting, you know, I said in the last episode that this is my 30 minutes per day project. It was not attainable. It was not realistic because I don't even have time to do it now every day. It's just not possible at this current state. But I don't let that boggle me down or take, you know, I'm not feeling guilty about it at all. But this is also not a project that I can take on the road when my husband is driving, because I really need to concentrate. So I only have this next to my seat when we have the time to maybe watch an episode of a series that we love. We actually love Modern Family now. We're watching it from the start, and as a family. And that's when I then try to at least knit 3 rows on it if I'm feeling up to it. So look at I've done almost now 1.5 repeats into the pattern. So I want to actually like pull it out to show you beautifully. I hope you can see very nicely. I am really proud of this. I'm learning a lot. I'm making a lot of mistakes, and then I just, you know, deal with the mistakes as I go. No one would probably even see it. I can't even find my own mistakes that I made. I think somebody that is an avid Shetland lace knitter will probably see my mistakes, but doesn't really matter, does it? So yeah, I'm really proud of this. It's a long-term project, but I'm learning this new skill and I'm loving it. I'm really loving it. I also found that I get more and more relaxed, or maybe have more self-confidence with knitting of this lace and not feeling so anxious. Not that it really makes me anxious, but more, you know, like stressed when I'm knitting this project. It's going easier. Every row that I do over and over and over makes it a little bit more, easier. Experience, I think, is what is happening here. You know, you build up experience. So if you want to partake, go and have a look on Irina's YouTube channel. All the details is there. And then also go and have a look at her one video. I'll link the video below in the description of this video, of this episode. I was also one of the people that she interviewed as part of her Human of FIBERCHATS series. And it was lovely talking to her. Really, I really enjoyed our conversation, you know, that we had about the Shetland lace knit along. So go and have a look at that video and give her a shout out there too. All right, so that is my first whip. My second whip is housed in this bag that was a gift from my mom when they visited Israel. So this bag is just perfect to hold a great project, and it's special because my mom gifted it to me. So really, really nice. This project is a test knit for Esther Janse van Vieren. Esther is one of the dyers from Esther Yarn Creations. So when she asked me to test this shawl for her, I said yes, obviously I would love to knit it. So let me show you. I am loving it. The shawl's name is When Two Worlds Colliding. But now I just want to make sure I have it right. Two Worlds Colliding shawl. So this is currently the test. It's still busy in a testing phase. You'll have to watch out on Estereza Yarn Creations pages, social media, to see when it is launched. But I'm so lucky to be able to test the shawl. I am knitting the shawl in 2 colors. Both are the same yarn. It's the Cara base from Estereza Yarn Creations. It's 100% superwash merino. It's a 4-ply sock weight yarn, and there's 400 meters on a 100-gram skein. And you are going to use 2 of these skeins knitting the shawl. So I opted for a gray and then also a soft dirty pink color. So let me show you. So this is a color work shawl, and I'm still busy. As you can see, it starts on the pink there, and then you have all this amazing color work that you do while you increase on the one side, and then the end of the shawl is just garter stitch, which I really enjoyed, because the first part of the shawl is garter stitch, increase on the one side, then it's the color work section, and then again garter stitch. And the color work area is really not difficult, and so it just kept me engaged. And it was the first time that I did color work where I had to do flat color work, so not color work in the round. So it was a little bit of the purling for color work was a challenge for me. It was the first time I was doing that. So another great challenge for me. And now I'm past the color work area, and I can just enjoy the amazing meditative knit, back and forth on garter stitch, which is really enjoyable. So loving it. I think when I'm going to block it, it will also expand and have a brilliant and beautiful drape. So yeah, I'm loving this. This is gorgeous. All right, so that is my test knit. That is my knitting project out of the way. So let's discuss the last project, which is my crochet project. And I'm loving this project. I've done this pattern before, and I will probably do it again in the future. So it's currently housed in this bag. This bag, I love this bag. It's such a great bag as a project bag. I bought this from Anna Patat Crochet Boutique, or Yarn Boutique, Yarn and Crochet Boutique in Parijs. So Parijs is a town in the Free State province. It's a lovely shop. If you haven't been there, you should go and visit Anna at Anna Patat. So this is a brilliant, brilliant bag. It says ball sack. So it's a little bit of a naughty bag, but I am absolutely loving it. And then the pin on here, it says #yarn snob. It is from A Little Twisted, also a South African company. So my project in here is the Windsurfer shawl by, and now I can't remember who is the designer. The name is on the tip of my tongue. It will be on the screen. I cannot remember now. It's really bad. Things like this happen. What can I say? So, with my yarn advent from Estereza Yarn Creations, I am crocheting this shawl. And I realized with 100-gram skein, so that advent set off last year, 2022, I loved the yarn advent from Estereza Yarn Creations, and I knew I wanted to do a windsurfer shawl. but you're working with, normally the pattern calls for something like a Scipio's wool or something like that, where you then use 2 wools. And so I realized it was a 13 day, 12 day, 13, 14 day, 6, 5. It's a 12-day Advent yarn set. So it was 11 mini skeins, and then the last day was a 100-gram skein. So I realized for me to be able to work the shawl in completeness, I will need another plus about 20 grams, 120 grams of the color B, which would be now this gray. So let me show you. This is the color this was the 100-gram skein, the gray. I'm housing it in the yarn hack from A Little Twisted. And so I asked Esteriza Yarn Creations to dye me some more of the gray that I can use for this whole project, which they did. They are amazing. Our yarn dyers are really, able to, if you ask them and they have time, to be able to dye yarn specifically to your need, which is really awesome. So I really appreciated them dyeing me this extra gray, 120 grams actually. And then I skeined up all the mini skeins into 2 cakes. This is my first cake. I'm almost done with this cake. And yes, and then I started the pattern. I am loving this pattern. This pattern is free on the designer's website, so you can download it. She's got a page actually of multiple designs that is free, and I am loving this design. So the one thing though is, I think the pattern that she writes is a 3.5 millimeter hook that she uses. However, I'm using a 4 millimeter. Excuse me, the previous windsurfer shawl I made, it's already packed away, so I can't show you that. I really am loving that shawl, but the drape was a little bit too not flowy for me. And I wanted a big drapey, soft, flowy shawl. So I opted for a 4 millimeter hook. All right, so the yarn I'm using is the Cara base. It's the same yarn I'm using for the test knit. So I'm not going to show you that. I don't have even the tag with me, but it's the same. And then you start at the one end. You start small, and then you're expanding the shawl. Bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And you actually have the power to make it as big as you want it to be, which is just amazing. So this is the current shawl. And then there's this method in the pattern where you keep the one yarn on a stitch marker so that you can just introduce it again on the next round where you need to work with that specific color. And so you alternate the colors throughout the shawl. And it's using my favorite stitch for crochet, which is the linen stitch or the moss stitch. And I'm gonna love the shawl. I can't wait to wear it in winter time. So yeah, I am absolutely loving it. Loving it, loving it, loving it. So that is all my projects. That's all my projects. That's all I have. I don't even have a muscle burr on the needles. I don't have socks on the needles. I'm keeping it as manageable as possible for this time where change is happening for our family. So let's talk about purchases. I didn't even say that in the beginning. I'm a bad girl. All right, let's talk about purchases. I don't have a lot. So with Esteriza Yarn Creations, now it's wrinkly time. Apologies about that. I bought from Esteriza Yarn Creations, they have a sock set theme for every month this year. And I bought the January sock set from them. And let me tell you, it's gorgeous. It's really, really gorgeous. I want to show you the gifts. You see, I can't even remember what's the gift anymore. So this says, it's a stitch marker, and it says joy. All right. And here is the sock set for January, and I'm loving it. Oh, I am absolutely loving it. So the theme is for this year is a year of socks, and this is the January theme. And I think it is gorgeous. Oh, my hair is all over the place, sorry. Don't you think it's just beautiful? Look there. Oh my goodness. You know, when I get sets like this, my goal for this year was to knit socks as gifts for friends and loved ones. And then you get a beautiful set like this, and I'm thinking, how can I give this away? It's so beautiful. Anyway, let me tell you more about what is this yarn about. It's a 75% superwash merino and a 25% nylon, a 3-ply sock weight. You get a 80 gram for the main color, and then a 30 gram for the contrast color. So that's about 110 grams in total here, which is more than enough to knit socks. Right, so yeah, that was my first purchase. And then, you know me and project bags. I'm about project bags like some ladies are about shoes. It's bad. So look at this one. Let me show you. Oh my goodness, it's so pretty. So this is a bag from Teresa Yarn Creations. I mean, can we just appreciate the cats? You know I love my cats. Right? It's so cute. Oh my goodness, I'm loving it. And just look at this handle on the side with the measuring tape. It's so pretty. All right, and then the other one is a llama bag. I mean, we cannot say no to llamas, right? There's absolutely no way. So Teresa Yarn Creations and the llamas. Oh my goodness. It has a box bottom, both of them, and this is, I think, the medium size. So it's perfect for muscle burrs and socks. Perfect, absolutely perfect. I wish I can have time to knit and crochet more, to use these bags. It's so pretty. All right, so that is all my acquisitions. Somebody said they are laughing when I say acquisitions. It's such a funny word to them. All right, so that's that. So the last thing for us to do is to talk about the winner. The winner from the previous episode had to comment on my previous episode. So thank you so much for all the comments on my previous episode. I really appreciate it. I am behind with answering all the comments. It is what it is, but I do read them, or I see them very quickly. So I really do appreciate them. And even though I don't have the time now to respond, I'm so bad at such social media at the current moment. And but thank you so much. So the gift from the last episode was how many dollars? I think it was $30. I didn't check. I didn't prepare properly. Can you realize? Can you see that? $30, I think. So that our international viewers can also participate. And so I did the comment picker prior to recording this, and Tessa, and I can't remember the surname, but Tessa, you are the lucky winner. Please contact me at sales@madebyalin.com and send me all the details. What shop do you want your voucher from? Give me all the details of that shop, especially if you're an international viewer. And yes, and then I'll make that happen so that you can find and get your voucher. I hope you have a lovely time ordering the things that you love from your favorite yarn shop. All right, so that is it. That's that. So we are going to be busy packing, moving house, and I am not sure when I'm going to see you again, hopefully by the end of March, maybe beginning of April, somewhere there. So I'm going to take a little bit of a siesta, and but I'll see you again. I'm not going away at all. I'm just taking time to move. All right, so up until I see you again in our new house, stay well, be blessed, enjoy your knitting and crochet time. And if you don't have your Crojo or your Knitjo anymore, it's fine. Enjoy the time that you have, and then I'll see you next time. Stay blessed. Bye.